Tonight we will learn the Navi Shir at 8 o'clock, and then I'll finish the remaining blot when we finish at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
On Rabbi Yomer Shmuel, Bor shebein shtei chatzeros. You have a ditch between two chatzeros. Mufleges mikosel zerbo, and they're the bore, the wall of there's a wall of the chutzner, and this bore are further than 4 tfachim away from the wall. So ze'adar b'chutzner achas moitzi ziv kolshu. So the one in one chutzner sticks out a ledge so that he's hanging over the bore. Let's say he has a window. So he sticks a ledge out of the window. So now he's directly over the bore, and he drops a bucket down at the bore to fill up his water. Rav Yehuda Didei Omar afilu ka. You don't need a board, even a reed. It's used as a hecker. Since they're not, the question is, if the chatzeros have easy access to it, if they would be within 4, then they would aser on each other if there was no eruv. Here we're talking about they didn't make an eruv. So, but since people don't necessarily know the exact measurement, they might think that they're doing something that they should have to do with an eruv. So no, you stick a reed out as a hecker, so people will know that the bore is more than 4 amos away from their chutzner. This is going like Shmuel, that you need some kind of hecker. He Rav, because it wouldn't be Rav. So we've been learning that, for example, when 2 chatzeros are next to each other and they're open to each other, they answer on each other because there's ease of use. But that's within 10 tefachim of the ground. Rav holds that 2 chatzeros that only connect between their airspace, they have similar airspace, that will not require an eruv. But Shmuel, L'chura, is requiring an eruv even via airspace. Now, the Shmuel Mehecha, where did Shmuel get this? Maybe from the following. The Amr of Nachman Shmuel. From our case, Gaga son of Rosh Hashanah, you have a rooftop that has stairways entering directly from the Rosh Hashanah. We said Sarsum Kabul Atiro. You need a fixed ladder. And maybe Dilma can Rav Papa, maybe told Rav Papa that the people of the second story and the roof otherwise. Oh no, we said not like that, because maybe we're not answering because the second story has use. Maybe it's like Rav Papa, who said that the reason why they need the kavua there is because the people of Shusarabim are using it for their hats and their clothing. So that's not a source for Shmuel. Elameha. We said if you have a chutzner that's more than 4 tefachim away from the bore, each one sticks a board out and leans over and lowers. Time it offik. So the only reason it works is because he stuck the board out, so he can halo offik. If he hadn't stuck the board, then there would be a problem. I'm reading on Adam Yisrael Chavir, Derech Chavir. So l'chura, the Gemara wants to say that's where Shmuel gets his din. I would the Rav Mehecha. Well, Rav says a person does not prohibit Derech Chavir. Where is he going to see either Memeha? ShtegZus Mizu. The case of the 2 balconies, like we learned earlier tonight, that are overlying water, and they're not directly above each other. They made the enclosed wall to lower the pail for the upper balcony, not for the lower balcony. We said both cannot use it unless they make an eruv. That's if they're close. But if they're more than 4 tefachim, it looks like they're asering on each other if they're not close. So the Gemara says, the The lower balcony needs to throw, and the upper balcony just lowers. Just has to do lowering. It's Pesach Dami. So the upper balcony is considered like a direct Pesach, and the other one's Zrika. That's why you give it to the upper. So that's not a source for Rav's din either, that Ein Adam Oisra Chaver Der Chaver. So the Gemara now is going to try for a third time. Elameha. The Amr of Nachman Rav Abu Amarav. Shnei Batim B'Sholosh Churvos Berim. You have two houses, and there are three destroyed houses in between the two houses. Each house has a ruin directly next to it, and then there's a middle ruin. So, Zeh Mishtamish B'Samach Shelo Ayidei Zrika. V'Zeh Mishtamish B'Samach Shelo Ayidei Zrika. Each house uses the ruin next to it through Zrika. V'Ha'emtzoi Osir. The middle one will be Osir. And then we're going to analyze this sugya carefully, and we're going to see why it leads to a proof that Rav holds Ein Adam Oiser Chavero Derech Avi.